Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I did end up pulling for Vayne, but it's only because I wouldn't be able to use this character because if I already had Paladin Cecil EX, so if I put him next year, the rates would actually be lower. I don't think I'll need him to actually clear content, but he's so powerful I just want to have him in the roster. These death machines are pretty annoying because they have instant break ability. It's a low chance that they can just break your team member. So that's pretty annoying there. Stage 3 is a worm that does group HP attacks. It's the one that we've seen before in the Beach Bash. Same one there. And then we're bringing a team of Serah, Sephiroth, and Y'shtola. Do you want to talk about artifacts for a little bit? Because I made a whole video about it last time, but this whole team has pretty good artifacts, Serah in particular. So the way that we're going to balance this is I'm not going to use her EX ability. Actually unequipped it. She does have the EX weapon equipped still, so she still has the stats from that. But we're going to try to use as least amount of skills on Serah as possible to make it more of a budget type of run. I do think artifacts are really important. So if you're going to try to do this run without artifacts on the entire team, it's really going to show. So you can check out the video there. I did do a comparison, 2 different runs, and it does show you the difference between having artifacts and not having any artifacts. And then we're also going to try to take out Serah from the party. We're just going to sub her in for the friend Questus. And that way she's not even going to be in the party. She's going to have, the least amount of impact. So what's the mechanics of the last boss? The last boss actually resists dark, so you don't want to bring Gobez. And then it can also act twice in a row. It can do a brave attack and then it can follow up by another brave plus HP attack. I've seen it go as high as 14k. And then it splits across your party, so it's a lot of damage that adds up. And then the strategy to beat it is just to use delay and delay it indefinitely. The members that can do this is Y'shtola, Questus. You have Cloud for the stun, you can just stun it so it misses this turn. And then you got a synergy character, Vayne. Vayne would be both a utility and a DPS character. And then we're gonna bring Shiva because it is weak to ice, so it's gonna help out with non-elemental damage. There's a lot of non-elemental damage dealers right now, the ones that are synergy like Zac and Vayne, Sephiroth here. So here we go, this is the Keelan, and it's pretty tanky, it has a lot of HP. The turn requirement's not bad, it's at 80 turns. But you're gonna run into some trouble the more it acts, it's probably gonna wipe out somebody. I tried this team but with Lulu instead of Serah, but it really depends on the synergy combinations of your team because like Lulu and Y'shtola, they don't really have good synergy there. But if you were to pair Lulu with Jet instead or with Lena, then you're going to see a massive improvement in performance. So we're going to build the team around having a healer because the Worm does HP attack and then this guy does HP attack too. So I'm showing off Y'shtola here, but substitutes for her would be Lena. You can also use the synergy character, Paladin Cecil. Okay, so here we go. We're going to sub out Serah or the friend. Summon right away. Don't let the boss get any turns, because the more turns it takes, the more dangerous it does. It also cleanses itself off of debuffs, so you don't want it to act at all if possible. Some other healer alternatives would be Beatrix or Freya, but to me they're borderline because their damage kind of suffers. Freya because it's single target, and they also overlap though with support role. That's why they're borderline, because they also buff your party's attack and max brave. And then the second role that you want to use on this team is a support unit, someone that can buff the party's attack max brave, just because of how much HP this boss has. So we're going in with Serah, but I mentioned Lulu instead. And then some other alternatives would be Rosa or Vanille. Rosa and Vanille are going to be really dependent on the DPS members, like who you're going to bring with them, because they have really low personal damage output, they have really low max bravery, not much overflow, so it really depends. You're going to need some heavy carry DPS unit. And then the last slot, you could use 2 DPS depending on who you have, but for DPS, Sephiroth, I've been using Sephiroth a lot because I don't have good replacements for him. Like, I don't have Jet, and I don't want to go and use the synergy characters to make it more budget friendly for other players. But you can use Jet, like I said, if you paired him with Lulu, it shouldn't be much different from past events where they're all weak to fire. Because you're just fire enchant and then fire in peril. And he'll be hitting the weakness. Renoa is a possibility as well, because she'll help you get through the waves really fast. Because it's a single target, she'll be capped at doing 30k per turn, but her EX can still be doing good damage, so she's a possibility to use. Zidane is another good recommendation, I think. You can slow down the boss, debuff him, lower his stats like defense, and then dish out some good damage with the overflow. And then last, I would recommend the synergy characters, Zac and Vayne. So they're both utility and DPS. So Zac can tank the boss and do good damage, and then Vayne can delay the boss and do good damage. So it's turn 53 right now. We do have a window up to 80 turns, so it's not that bad. But I found it harder to actually avoid dying than it is to finish the fight. Because when I used Lulu in place of Serah, the boss did a single target HP, and then when he did the group target HP, the Y'shtola couldn't heal the party up in time, and then that unit died. But if you have a better healer like Lena or Paladin Cecil, you may be able to avoid that. And then Sephiroth has 3 abilities left, but the boss is almost dead, so we're just gonna use them, charge the EX, and then use as many abilities as we can. Overall, the fight's not too hard. You just have to delay the boss, don't let him get turns. There's no real mechanics other than that. If you let him get turns, it's gonna be really hard to actually win. I could see debuffing his attack as a possibility, paired with maybe a healer, but that's gonna be much more risky than if you just go out and delay him. Okay, so he's almost dead there. And then, yeah, if you notice, Serah down with 5 abilities. She has those extra charges, but we're not going to use them. And this should be good. Okay, so Sephiroth gets the kill. And let's look at the final scoreboard. Okay, so it looks like all requirements met.